very, very somber so far edition of Just Joshing. I gave Tim an impossible task off the air. It's like, Tim, I need to laugh tonight, but I don't know. Like, I cannot quite picture. I do think you have a sense of humor. I know you have a sense of humor.
I have a sense of humor. What are you talking about?
Yeah, of course you do. Of course you do. I'm not denying that. But I don't see you coming out like I don't see you as the kind of guy that goes up on a stand and coming like, "Hey, ladies and germs, my name is Tim, and I do terrible pun joke here." Boom.
No, like, that's not my style at all.
No.
But when I do want to have a good time, though, I frequently will correct myself more than is necessary. You know, like I'll say something like I don't know if there's anything to correct in that last statement, so I won't be able to do it there. But now I'm doing it. You see?
Yeah.
I find that kind of entertaining. But that's just me, personally. I find that kind of funny.
Hey, listen, you got to be able to make fun of yourself. You got to be able to do that. And you got to be able to, like, you know, listen, I am the master of not taking myself very seriously whatsoever. Like, normally, right, I'm just like, you've seen it. I was like,
I'll give that one to you.
I got that nailed down. I got that absolutely. Hold on a second here.
That's live shows for you.
Yeah, that's right. We are trained. I'm a trained motherfucking professional. Right? That's what I am.
Oh, not as professional as me, though. Honestly.
Oh no, dude, your poise. I aspire to have. I aspire.
No, I mean, and also you've never. I actually bet you have done this, but have you ever loudly declared that you were a professional at the end of a show?
Yes,
because I've done that. Okay.
Yes,
I think every podcaster does it eventually. I just kind of assume on the air as long as I have at least.
I do it especially when I fuck up. When I fuck up. I'm a trained motherfucking professional, ladies and gentlemen. That's exactly what I do. It's like that's it. I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing.
I'm a stunning professional, I think is what I said when I did it. Yeah,
that's fantastic.
I was at the end of it. It was at the end of a game session on my old show. Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been running an RPG.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I ran it on the it's for some friends, and then we recorded it and I put it on the air. That was years ago now, though. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. No, like me, I've been like, how do I put this ever so delicately? I've done the like all kind. I've made like every mistake you can possibly make on the air. Like I've done it. Like it's happened. I've screwed up names, screwed up books. One time, I'm not even going to name who it is. I thought it was a different person than the guests I had until we actually really started talking. Like that, like was my ultimate blonde.
It sounds bad, but actually I've done that one too.
Yeah,
I got mixed up. I'm like, oh wait, you're not that guy I thought you were. Okay, I thought it was like somebody I'd heard on a different show that I never even talked to. I thought, oh, I'm going to finally meet this person. And then, wait, this is somebody I already talked to before, and I forgot. Oh, no. They just said the same first name. I was like,
no. It's the same thing. It was same first name, similar energy. Like, it was a similar energy, but different, completely different person. One of my favorite guests, actually. But the first time, I was like, I done fucked up. I thought you were you. Nope, you're you. Oh shit! What do I do now?
You is not the same you that you were expecting. Yeah.
Yes. And this is one of those moments where it's like, the brain's like sinking feeling. Like I don't plan what we talk about. Like you know this better than most. Like I don't plan, but I do have an idea what we're going to talk about, at least a little bit in my head. It's like, we'll see what's going to happen. Like I told you, we're going to keep it light tonight because it's just that kind of show. But the thing is, I have a bit of an idea, and because I know, I get if I don't know the guest, I talk to them. Just we kind of like I kind of slow play the interview a little bit, get to know them, and if I do know them, like I know you, right? I know what we can talk about for like days a little bit, right? And it's like, okay, I think I know where we can go and where we can't. It's just. Yeah, it's one of those situations where when you get that, like, you screw up, it's like, you're not that person. It's like, you're not Timothy Niederriter. You're like, no, I am Jimothy Niederriter.
I'm Tim Niederriter, but I spell my name with the I after the E. That's the one that everyone does around here. And then you're like, I Niederriter. Oh wait, you're a completely different person.
Oopsies! I don't know you. And then the brain just has like that momentary meltdown. It's like, oh shit, now what?
Yeah, blue screen of death, maybe. Yeah. Depending on how Windows related you are.
Yeah.
What operating system you're on. Yeah.
Oh, I'm on Windows, so I there are days I just look at Windows and go, why?
Some days you just don't work. Yeah.
Yeah, just why are you like this?
I've run into a few of those.
Yeah.
Especially lately. This year has been off to a semi-rough start for me.
Well, we can.
Well,
I get.
It's not so bad. Not as bad as you might think. But I mean, I got COVID. My whole immediate house got COVID last week. It wasn't that bad. We were all ready for it, and as ready as you can be. But it was rough.
Yeah.
And I lost a week of trying to do stuff. Basically.
Yeah.
I was just recovering.
Yeah. I don't know if I got COVID, but I came down with something in January, kind of shut me down for a few days. It was like, oh, I don't know if it's COVID because I could taste and smell and everything. So I
didn't get any of the classic symptoms, and actually I never tested positive. So maybe I didn't get COVID, but a lot of people I know got COVID.
Oh well, no,
we're all fine, but
Yeah, no,
fun.
it is what it is. Like I at this point in the ball game, I think all of us are like, okay, we're probably all gonna get it at some point.
Yes.
So
no need to rush it though. That's what I was saying. But this Omicron thing is like not to get too far into the heavy stuff, but this is kind of this is the sort of thing that is like now you don't necessarily have a choice if you go outside.
Well, that's it. Well,
you're gonna get caught with it because it's just so contagious.
Well, it's and then the good thing is it's less dangerous. Like overall, it's less dangerous. So we're coming to the point like. We're not gonna get too much more serious than this.
Yeah. We probably don't need to talk about this stuff. I don't know much about it. So
no. I'm not gonna go into the big and wonderful details. But if you see what's been going on in Canada the last few days, I think at some point this year we're coming to the end of mandates. I think we've hit that point of okay, we gotta figure something else out. And that's kind of where
it's going on. It's gonna be like the flu. I mean, it's going to become like the flu eventually, at least. We're not getting rid of this thing. I don't think anybody maybe New Zealand, they're going to be like, we don't have that here. But even there, they've got it now.
You don't want to look at the numbers in the Australian region right now.
No. I mean, New Zealand for a while was doing really well, but that's all.
Yeah. It's like, so like, we've come to this realization, and then we'll move on from this. I think everybody's got to make a choice of how they want to deal with this. Life is a risk, no matter what you choose. Mm-hmm. Own it, live with it, move on. And really, that's all any of us should care about. We all, at the end of the day, we all, based on what we know or don't know, have to do the best we can with what we have. That's it. No more, no less. So you make a choice, and whatever choice should be made, I really don't care like what you've done, your precautions are. All I care about is, have you done the best you could with what you know? If the answer is yes, do I really give a fuck? Not really. Right? So I hope you understand where I'm coming from there. Yeah.
No, I got it.
Yeah.
Though actually, speaking of owning it, I really do think that brought something to mind. One of my favorite reviews I've gotten that was a 3-star over in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
And on one of my books, it just says weird. That's the headline. The headline of the word is weird. And yeah, it was a real slog. The magic system's complicated. The societal structure of the civilization was beyond comprehension. I won't be following up with the next volume. And this is on a fantasy volume that I wrote when I was 19. And I feel like I did a pretty good job writing it, but it is a weird book. Let me be fair. Let me be fair with people here. My books are weird. And this book, the book in question here, Orphan Mage, features a squid princess. It features who is the main love interest of the book, by the way. She shapeshifts into a squid, and she is the main character's girlfriend for like half the book. It is not like it's weird, and I'll cop to that. Hey, people turning into squids, that's kind of strange. I kind of didn't think the political system was the weirdest part of the book. Let me put it that way.
Okay, so let's talk about some weird stuff. Like this happened like 10, 15 years ago. So this is don't worry, this is long in the past. I still remember the first time we got robbed. Right?
Mm.
Like, the first time we got robbed. Do you know what still gets my ass after all these years? They stole Blueberries, Tim. They stole my Blueberries. Right. So it's not okay. So this was the weirdest thing about the robbery. You come in, the coffee beans were stolen.
Oh my.
Not the container they came in.
Just the beans themselves.
The beans, yeah. Yes, there's that. There was meat in the sink. Okay. Weird, but okay. I don't know why. It was just there. No, but the thing was, okay, they took some valuable stuff what they could, which is totally fine, part of the deal. But but the thing was, they stole Blueberries. They actually so coffee beans. So I don't know which one's weirder for you, the coffee beans, but not the container they were in. The container was empty. Like, yeah, I don't pretend to understand. I'm not trying to like understand.
That is bizarre. That is positively bizarre.
Yeah. But I'm still mad about the Blueberries, Tim. They were great Blueberries. They were fantastic Blueberries.
What kind were they? Do you remember what brand they were?
Oh, shoot, no.
Or if they were, or were they handpicked? I mean, was it like that?
They were they were handpicked. They were
okay.
So not like they came from the farmers market anyway. I don't think we picked them, but we came from farmers. Okay. I remember that.
Okay.
So it's like
they might have been very good blueberries. In fact, it sounded like they were because you still remember them.
I still remember them. Yes, I never forgot. Again, the things again, we as a culture, like we do weird shit. We just do.
Yeah.
And yeah, like again, human behavior. If I ever do a robbery scene in my book, if you ever see a book where there's a robbery, there will be something absurdly weird like that in there. I don't know which one I'm gonna go with, right? Because I think the Blueberries.
The meat in the sink to me is the weirdest part, but honestly, it sounds gross. Just like the meat in the sink.
Yeah, it's just it's like what the fuck, right? It's like.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the stealing of the coffee beans, I think, is actually the weirdest one because at least you can eat blueberries just as they are.
Yeah. No,
imagine they just gobble those up as they go. You know, who knows?
Yeah, like it makes very little sense, but it's like, okay, I can at least see you grabbing this by hand. The beans, but
dump these into a sack with a bean on it.
Yeah, I don't understand it. It's like we looked at it. It was like. No one drank anything here. What the fuck? Right? So
well, possibly they'd already been drinking. Maybe that's the issue. They were already, they were just not in their right mind. Is my point.
Yeah. That's right. We're not disputing that.
Like, oh, this looks like candy. I'm gonna dump these beans into a. Like they look like M&Ms or something.
That would be amazing.
That'd be hilarious. That'd be unforgettable for them too if they try to chow down on some coffee beans.
Yeah, it's coffee beans candy. coffee bean covered M&Ms. Oh my god, that would be amazing. Like what the fuck? But it's just like that's the thing, right? Human beings are weird, and you see it all the time, and you look and you ask yourself why, like why did you do this? And then you realize. And this took me about 20 years to sink in. A buddy I used to work with, a Purelator, he goes, why ask why?
Yeah.
Sometimes he's right. Sometimes it's not.
That's a great point. I mean, your buddy made a wise point there.
Yes, he did.
Asking why has been a problem I've had for a while. I mean, I don't think I have it as much these days, but like I used to ask myself, why am I not writing? I'm like, that's not how you solve the problem when you're not writing.
Yes.
Because I mean, I'm kind of obsessive about actually writing stories and stuff. But the problem I used to have with writing was I was depressed and I didn't know it. I was just like, wow, I feel okay. I mean, but then I didn't know how good I could actually feel, which is where I'm at now. It's like this is feeling pretty good most of the time. But then I would say like, oh, why am I so non-productive? Like, no, the way to get out of that I could have tried to get out of being stuck in the story is to get stuck into the actual book, get stuck in the actual story instead of not doing it. You used to just get involved in the actual elements of that I'm trying to create, But that's the boring side of it. Sorry, that's not fun.
No. I actually want to show you something because I'm working on something. Sure. I'm going to show you something really, really. So I've been playing with my next book. Well, I've been doing some drawings as well, just for shits and giggles. But I've been playing with my next book, and
Cerberus.
yeah, that's right. Working on it. I'm actually drawing my own shit, Tim, for my next book. Is that like the craziest? Isn't that like the craziest thing ever?
I mean, it's wild. It's almost as it's not quite as crazy as this weird urge I got recently to try to do 24-hour comic day. Even I can't draw at all. Like I can't draw at all. And I'm like, I can do a 24-hour comic. What's wrong with that? I'm like, nah, that's not going to happen this year probably. But hey.
But
I'm not going to say it won't. I'm just saying I'm a little busy now.
Hey, buddy. Friendly bet. When is 24-hour comic day?
I don't remember. I think it's like in a couple months.
I'll tell you what. I'll be your buddy. We will make the crappiest I do it. I will be the crappiest 24 hours I think comic book. I'll be your art robot. You draw it. Here's the rule: just 4 pages. You have to be a 4-page story.
Is that the rule? Is
no, because it's 24. It's 24 hours, right? So don't we can. I mean, we can go longer if you want, but I don't know. Like it might just get off the rails. Like if you wanted to go.
Well, the contest is a 24 pages in 24 hours. But
24 pages in 24 hours? Oh, that's hell.
It's madness. It's insanity. I learned about it from, and obviously, so I started reading and understanding comics. I'm like, yeah, this looks okay. This is interesting. This is fun. I could do stuff like this. Yeah, he's talking about a smiley face. I can draw a smiley.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally. Like,
but I can't draw much else. I got okay at drawing back in college. I was okay, but my hands just are so wobbly.
So how about this? We'll come up with like a comic with like 6 pages of smiley faces. And like 18 pages of just random stuff, and we'll just have fun with it. It'll be like the most terrible thing ever. Like it'll be terrible, but it'll be like because listen. If we're gonna do a 24-hour comic, this is the thing. It doesn't have to be good. In fact, let's make it as bad as possible in like a Black Dynamite Axe Cop kind of way.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you mentioned Axe Cop because that's been on my mind.
yeah. Just do like again. You don't have to be good, ladies and gentlemen. You just have to have fun. So it's like, here's the deal, right? And when we have nowhere to go, smiley face. We just put smiley face.
No, but actually, that could almost be, or like, are you familiar with Garfield without Garfield? Garfield minus Garfield, I think.
No, I haven't actually seen it.
Okay, so it's part of this kind of wider Garfield community that is insane, and the internet's mad about it. I mean, there's this great Super Eye Patchful video on YouTube about it, so people should check that out. It's like what the internet did to Garfield, I think is what it's called.
Okay.
But Garfield minus Garfield was my introduction to this kind of thing. And basically, it's a movement where people take Garfield and all the lines Garfield has in the comic out of Garfield comic strips. So it's just John talking to no one most of the time.
That's awesome.
And it's just the most bizarre. I mean, it's very depressing, actually. I wouldn't recommend it.
No, actually, it makes John even more pathetic than he was.
Yeah, it makes him really. It's really sad to read, but it's got this real absurdist quality to it, right? There's something, and the only thing that makes it work is that there's something that's supposed to be there, and yet there isn't. It's gone.
Okay, so I literally have just come up with our really bad comic. You want to hear it?
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Here's what we'll do. We're gonna do stories that go nowhere. Like literally stories that go absolutely nowhere. And they end with a smiley face. So the narrator just seems very unreliable. So we could do like all this.
It's a great idea, actually.
Yeah. We could all do this weird shit. And then just when when we go, what the hell do we do next? And you're like, I don't know, smiley face. Let me tell another story.
Shaggy dog smiley face stories. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. He's really terrible. It'd be totally bad, but it would be awesome. It was right, and it would be like totally. I'd totally be down for it, man. 24 hour, like you know what the day is. I'll book it off.
I'll look it up. There's a couple of them throughout the world, but I think we can find one that'll work.
Yeah, and then I promise you. It'll be the most terrible thing we've ever done, but we will both rock it. It'll be.
I'll be happy enough to make. I'll be happy if that's the most terrible thing I end up doing.
Hey, listen, it'll be Axe Cop, our version of Axe. This will be our little Axe Cop.
I love the idea though. I love it. It's totally down. Okay,
yeah,
got it.
So
you heard it here first, folks.
You heard it here first. So for 24-hour comic day, Tim and I are going to put together a comic. It's going to go nowhere. Fair warning. This is stories going nowhere. And when you get confused about where we're going with it, we're going to just insert a smiley face. It's going to be
like a whole panel smiley face. Probably.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Maybe at the end, a whole page smiley face for all we know.
No. Yeah, exactly. No, we'll just do different things. Like, and then the smile happens. It's like, hey, wait, what happened to the other story? Shh, shush. We don't know where it goes, okay? We had 24 hours. We didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah, exactly. I could see that being framed by there actually being a storyteller character who's telling these stories.
No, that's the thing. We have a storyteller character.
Yeah, who's like, and maybe the storyteller has like the classic smiley face shape to their head. Yeah, and so it's just them doing the troll face almost.
Yeah, obviously. But here's the thing. So there'll be a person off panel interviewing him, telling him like these stories.
Yeah.
Never goes on panel. And then what happens? And then, so let me tell you this other story. Hey, wait, what happened to? Shush! This is my cartoon. You can't interfere with my cartoon.
Get out of my
Get out of my cartoon. Get out.
Yeah,
it's like the most terrible thing ever, and we'll just come up like as many weird, stupid. Hey, listen, we can bring back your Squid Princess. We could just.
Well, I mean, to be fair, she's actually a pretty serious character, but sure.
You know, so she could be like, what am I doing in this card? She might just end it.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, she just ends it.
Let's just set people on fire. So
yeah, I know. She just ends it. Like once he drags her into the story, it's like, why did you bring me here? Because I was bored. I was coming up with something. You're just dead now. I'm just gonna end you. And then you see a smiley face, and there's like tears.
It's like there's a tear in the corner. It's like
because he knows what's about to happen, and then we put like the end, like and with a question mark.
Yeah.
And then if we have fun and it's really a blast, Tim, this is what we do. Then next year we continue the story, like as if nothing happened. Right? Just nothing. This will be our like. Okay, so here's the movie I don't think should work in theory, but does, and I'm not sure entirely why. It's Crank.
Oh yeah, Crank. Yeah,
Crank is one of the dumbest ideas I've ever seen on paper. It's dumb. But it is a stupidly fun movie, and I don't understand why.
Well, you know, honestly, it's got the timer. It's got a lot of elements that work classically. And as an action movie, I'm sorry to be a nerd here, but but that's just who I am, you know. But as an action movie, Crank works really well because, you know, he has to keep doing action shit or he's gonna die. And
and that's why it's so dumb, right?
It's gratuitous, but it's fun for that reason. It knows it's gratuitous. I think that's a large part of it.
It's a very self-aware film. Like it's incredibly self-aware, right? So
and otherwise, but it also makes it's also kind of, and bear with me here, it's kind of like a gamelit or gamelit kind of book because it's like a video game where your health bar is just running down, or like you're gonna just lose if you don't do something awesome in X amount of seconds. Here's your,
literally,
your heart's about to explode, or whatever. And if your adrenaline doesn't go up, you're gonna die. It's quite different. Actually, kind of funny because I had a premise. I think I'm not sure if this was right after I saw Crank or a little before it actually, but I had this idea for a premise of a guy who was like modified so he couldn't go to sleep. And so eventually he was going to go insane and die from that. And he had to find somebody to save himself or whatever. I don't know what he was trying to do. But it was very different, obviously, because it's quite a different concept.
No. It's the same guy having to do insane things to survive. Yours is the insane thing happening. It's yours, an insane thing happened to him, and he's trying to get out of it. Slightly different, right?
It's a little bit. It's kind of inverted, yeah.
Yeah. But here's the thing, like, but Crank is dumb. Like, it is like undeniably dumb. But it's fun. And it knows what it is. Like we look at classic stuff like Black Dynamite. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie.
I've never seen it, no.
It's terrible, but it knows it, and it's fun. It's Michael. It's a blaxploitation, modern day blaxploitation, like homage, mock off, all that. Black Dynamite's Michael J. White. He's a kung fu person, and right, he does kung fu. Like the opening scene is him with 3 different women. It's over the top. It's gratuitous. It's all of that stuff. It's got stuff where it's like badly. All the blaxploitation tropes are there. All of them. It's just, but it knows what it is, right? It even has like dynamite, black dynamite. It is terrible, but it knows what it is. It just knows. You can be bad. Here's the thing, right?
Yeah, you can be bad. There's room to be bad, and if you take yourself seriously, it's hard to get away with it.
No, when you take when you take yourself seriously, you can't do being bad. You just can't. You can't do it well. It just sucks. It's just bad. Period. But if you're like what we just did, it's like seriously, we're not trying to make a good comic. We're trying to make a dumb comic. We're talking about a storyteller who's so unreliable that he's trying to escape any logic. How dare you give me this? It's my cartoon. Let me tell my story my way. And it goes from like. We're gonna end with the Squid Queen just ending everything.
The vaporize
the vaporize dead.
No, the last page has got to have like burnt edges or something.
We can have the burnt edges in the background and burned. Yeah, but we have the smiley face with tears because she just that right.
It could be like a reverse Clockwork Orange. You remember the cover of Clockwork Orange?
Yes. Okay.
Where this guy head is just on fire.
Yeah, it's
the top of that flame.
Yeah. So again, folks, like this, I promise you, this will be epically bad. It will be. We're not trying to be good. We're gonna come up with it and in this story, it's like Tim's gonna be like, so Tim, what kind of stupid stuff do you want to talk about? Like what kind of stories do you want to tell that go nowhere? That go absolutely nowhere. We can do like a Western showdown with the crazy old man fighting aliens from outer space. We could do like a game of poker in a salon or in a saloon somewhere.
I'm thinking salon. I'm thinking like a French salon.
That'd be okay. Sure. What the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, why not?
Or whatever. 1870s.
Yeah. Totally. Like whatever.
It's a gunfighter got transposed into a salon, and now he's duking it out with another. No, but he's been chased by his horse. His horse is now a gunslinger who's trying to kill him because it's like the good, the bad, and the ugly. But because the horse, he was trying to hang the horse. You know how in the good, the bad, and the ugly, they're fake hanging the one guy. The one guy's going to get hanged, and Clint Eastwood always shoots the rope and saves him. Well, they were trying to hang this horse, which is of course a pun, but they couldn't hang the horse because but then he got betrayed and so on. It's a beta. I'll work it out.
Yeah, no, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to draw a horse, but I think a horse with a revolver would be pretty good.
Do you want to see? I did this not too long ago. So I decided to have some fun. So I had a unicorn playing pool, kicking some ass. Don't fuck with the unicorn.
Hey, it's not so bad. Hey,
you know what's going on.
Exactly. I can tell what it's supposed to represent. That's good. That's a good start.
Yeah, exactly.
It's better than I do most of the time nowadays.
Yeah. So there you go. Right. So I'll do it again. Here's the caveat of this, Tim, is this. I'm going to be bad too, right?
Yes.
I'm going to be bad too. I am not trying to be good. I'm trying to see how.
This is an axe cop where the writing is crazy, but the art's amazing.
No. This isn't that. It's gonna be a 24-hour comic where everything is axe cop. The artist is trying to keep up with everything, right? Actually, that's who should be the person that's doing it. It's the artist going, hey, where do we go from here? What the hell?
Oh yeah, we make it meta.
Yeah, we make it meta, and then you can be like, I'm the director. This is my show. This is mine, right? Just he gets more petty every time. Just everything comes in, right? Just right, and the more I think about this, the more awesome it sounds.
Yeah,
Tim's
could be worth a shot. What did I get myself into? But here we are.
Well, here again, we'll tell like 3 or 4 really terrible stories. So you're gonna have to draw 5 smiles.
Okay,
right?
sure.
Yeah, that's it. You're the smiley guy. You do the smile.
Okay.
You got that nailed down. I'll draw everything else. Not always well. That's just up front. Not
Hey,
always.
sure, why not? You know, and
Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
just write, and we can work together on the writing, or at least I can write most of it. You know.
Yeah.
Seeing as how that's all I'm doing is drawing smiley faces and writing.
But you'll be.
No,
listen, you will be the lead, Tim. I'll be the pretty
sure.
one, right? I'll just come up with stupid shit every once in a while. I'll just be like, "Hey, what about this?" And you'll be like, "Ah, fuck it, why not?" Or
hey, throw
I'm
that
not
in
sure.
there.
Yeah, or you'll be like, "I'm not sure." Okay, or sometimes like, "Okay, how does this fit? How does this fit with what I'm doing? Like one way or the other,
Yeah.
right? Fuck it, right?
I've never really done a collaboration before. That's interesting. This sounds like a good way to start, though, to be honest.
Well, yeah, because again, there's no expectations on either end. It'd be like, dude, we're trying to be bad on purpose.
Yeah,
so there's no
intentional grounding.
Yeah, exactly. Intentional. Like we are here to fuck this up. That's what we're here to do. We're not here to tell a coherent story, right? We're just telling like a story of how this director abuses his power way too much and summons a Squid Queen and it ends the world. But that is what we're doing.
The end of the world.
Why not? Well, at least the end of his world.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's just more like a triggered assassination.
Yeah, I know, something like whatever. We'll figure it out. But
yeah, who knows?
Yeah, right.
There's that whole anyway.
Yeah, no, just basically what. But yeah, like it's about how obnoxious you can be with your like the director telling the story, like how obnoxious you can be, right? And like I said, I'm not trying to be good. I'm going to try to suck. It's going to be fantastic. Like
just dive into a whirlpool of madness.
That's right. I'm just going to suck. It's going to be fun. It'll be the dumbest thing I've ever done. It's like, why did you draw a 24-hour comic book? Because I was crazy, and also I had the expectation of going.
Let's make it a 3-hour comic. 3 hours, 24 pages. No, I'm just kidding. That's where no effort at all is involved.
At that point, we go back to what we talked about earlier. The coffee beans, but not the container. That lies madness, Tim. That way
why bother?
Why
bother at all at that point? Why don't we just say we did it and not do it? Okay. That's at that point. Why bother, right?
Yeah. We got 24 hours. We'll work together. We'll have some fun. Right? We'll have some fun. We'll try not to fuck it up too much. Basically, here's the thing. Right, you like understanding comics is a required reading, obviously, to do any kind of comic. But the expectation is, like for you, I think this would be the great thing for you. You get to come out of your comfort zone a little bit. It's like, you know what? I don't gotta worry about this being serious at all. Right?
Yeah.
Fuck. Right? What kind of stupid things do we want to tell? It's like, what evil shit can I make Josh draw? And you're gonna be
like, spoiler alert: there may be elephants.
Okay, there will be elephants.
There probably will be elephants.
Okay, fair enough.
That's personal, though.
Hey, listen. Again, dude, we'll have fun. This is going to be Axe Cop minus the world-class artist. It'll be Axe Cop. It'll be ours.
Yeah, Axe Cop, but it was written and drawn by 2 5-year-olds.
That's right. That's what we're going for here, folks. We're going for 5-year-old mayhem. Right, except
hey, there's something to that. I mean, I remember playing with Legos when I was a kid. I love Legos, and that's where I started really telling stories with Legos. It was weird.
Oh, yeah.
I created this these. I made it because my twin brother and I would play with them together, and we'd play war and whatever. Make war machines and stuff. Eventually, I'm like, I don't really like making planes and stuff. So this was early on. Like, I'm not gonna make a plane. I'm just gonna make a little 2-legged creature that hops around and attacks people, and I made tons of those things, and then they started becoming characters because they were all a little different, right? Mm-hmm. Hoppers, that's what we called them.
Okay, cool.
And that was my introduction to the world of storytelling as a creator.
Hey, there's something to be said about just going out and doing it. We have a tendency sometimes to overthink ourselves into a corner. Fuck that. Yeah. Sometimes, dude, what it's really all about is, hey, do you see that? Like we'll say a playground. Let's just play games on the playground. Who cares? Who cares? Yeah. Right? And sometimes they just don't care. Sometimes they just say, you know what? You're right. Why the fuck am I caring so hard? I just did an interview with Joshua Harms. He does like art and guitar. He goes, well, how do you approach art like you do? It's like, it's simple. I'm not worried about being good. I'm worried about getting better. There's a difference, right? There's an absolute difference. And right, if I'm not worried about being good, you can't screw up. All you can do is learn. And I can look at what I did before and kind of cringe a little bit. I mean, I'm never above that. No artist ever is. But I can also say, too, it was the best I can do at that time.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I don't feel the same way. And the more stuff I produce, like, I mean, this thing, I do this show all the time. I do an immigration show now. I'm doing a massage therapy show soon. All right, I got I'm doing all kinds of shit. I'm
creating expand the Joshua Pantalleresco universe.
That's right. I'm becoming an empire. Fear me.
But that's not happening.
No,
sure.
No. I will never fear you guys.
That last bit not happening. Yeah,
no, yeah. But the empire thing might happen. But whatever, right? So here's the thing, right? I do these things and I realize it's I'm not worried about the perfect result. I've given up on that. What I worry about is the best result I can do at this moment in time.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I worry about. Did I do everything? My job, I figure, in life is this. I'm not going to get every home run, every swing of the bat, but I can do everything I can to maximize my chances to get those swings. And if I do that, I've done my job. The rest,
yeah.
The rest doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So
no, absolutely. I mean, it's funny because actually I've been looking back at a few of my older projects, because I mean, I started writing when I was a teenager, for those people who aren't aware of me. But I was looking back at some of my older projects, and my first novels, well, actually, this is actually the last novel I wrote when I was a teenager.
Nice.
No, it isn't even. The last novel I wrote when I was a high schooler. Let me put it that way.
Oh, cool.
Because I wrote it when I was a senior in high school. I took the last month of high school, right? I had 30 days. It was, I guess must have been May. And I wrote 1,500 words a day every day that month. Exactly. And there was all in one story. Almost exactly. So I have a 45,000 word little short novel thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a novel. So now it counts as a novel. But I started counting it. At first, I'm like, well, this is like not a full novel but it was a full story. So what am I saying here?
Yeah.
But one of the things about it is like, it wasn't great. But when I look back at it, I'm like, wow, there's actually so much here that I love. And there's so much here that just happened because I was just doing it. So I didn't want to go out I didn't want to leave high school with the number of novels I had. So I wrote a new one.
So
and the only important thing to me there was I was trying to write every day and get this thing done, and I did it, and it's not as bad as I thought. So maybe eventually I will edit it and fix it.
Here's
it's one of those things, but it doesn't have to be, and it didn't have, and I never thought about it until like a couple of years ago. I never thought about it again after that.
Yeah. But I mean, there's a valuable lesson. But there's a valuable lesson in that, right? In that, what? That was the best you could do at the time. Yes. Mad respect to that. Mad respect to that person who did that. Now, Timothy Niederriter today would be like, in my sleep, better. But you wouldn't have gotten there without that person.
It's true.
That, right? So, and that's just it. Like, there's always that desire to go back and fix and perfect and
Well, I mean, I just mean clean it up, like tidy it
up.
No.
If
I'm going to publish it, I'm going to make it top level as far as
no. Polish is
one word, phrasing and stuff.
Yeah, polish is okay. Like a little bit of polish is fine. Like obviously, there's shit it's like, okay, I probably like I before E. Okay, Tim, you did not spell that right over here. It's like we gotta correct that. But I mean, once you go through this polish and you fix it up, that's it.
That's right. It's
no
done
mas.
Then.
Yeah. Then no mas. No mas. It's done. You don't want to. Again, I learned this very valuably. Every voice matters. Including the ones that no longer exist.
The ones with little past selves.
Yeah. And that, right? They don't exist anymore the same way. But you know what? That was their story, and they had to say. And no matter how technically better you get, you never can match the intensity of the passion of that voice. That's one thing that can't be done. So you got to respect that voice, even if you're no longer you.
That's a really good point. I mean, I was thinking, but one of the main things actually is kind of funny. This is the kind of thing I think about when I look back at an old story like that, though. I'm like, well, the names here are kind of ugly. I mean, like they're weird mix of real world names and other names. And like, I gotta fix that. But on the other hand, the actual storyline and the stuff that happens in the book is, well, that's not getting any better. So I totally see what you're saying there.
Well, that's it, right?
I mean, if I was going to change what happened in the book, I would make it. I would just write a new book.
No, that's the point. But that's the point. There comes a point when you look back and you're like, well, I might as well just write that new book because fuck it, right? Because I can't fix this. This isn't me anymore. This isn't right. I can't fix this book anymore. There are a couple.
I actually have like my first 3 novels, or 2 or 3 novels, from when I was a teenager, are like that. They're all. This is not going to be fixed. This is all a mess, and I could take some of the ideas from it, but I'm not going to ever write this exact story again, or fix this story and release it, or any of that stuff.
Yeah, and
that's fine. They were practice, and they were also they're necessary steps, right? I mean, my first novel weirdly has a lot of stuff I love in it still, which I guess is the other key thing. It's like the other important thing here is that's like a keystone. It's a guiding light that tells me this is where I wanted to go when I was a kid. When I was 12, this is what I thought was cool.
So I had this one scene. It's still one of my favorite scenes I've ever written. I wrote it when I was 17 years old. I had this evil version of this brother. These 2 brothers. One's going to try to kill the other, right? He's waiting for his brother to get home. And in this scene, he's debating about going out and finding him and killing him. Just not wait for it. Just go find him and kill him. But there's another part of him saying, no. But if you wait, you'll get more satisfaction out of it if you let it come. So there's this really sinister.
It's pretty dire. Yeah.
No. But he is that evil. That is who he is. Yeah. So, right. But it's such a cool little character moment. He's got like this impulse to kill his brother, and the debate is like, do I go rush it or do I take my time with it? And that's the thing. And that's the
only debate, though.
That's a dark debate, right? But it's a really cool character moment.
Yeah,
it's like, right? It's a character moment, and it's like, okay, this is really, 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 really good, right? So, I learned an awful lot about doing the book and doing the work, right? With my first novel, I still have it. My second novel, I broke over my knee. I made a mistake I will never make again. I tried to write like some other author. This was when I thought Game of Thrones was really good. I tried to do the Game of Thrones method of telling the story. Oh my God, that's hard. That is ridiculous.
It's tough. Oh, the multiple points of view, you mean, like that?
Yeah, the multiple points of view was just like, oh my God, that's so hard. Because also, the other thing is that all the multiple points are relatively the same size. That's the other thing too.
Yeah.
That's what makes that really hard. That's what makes that really, really hard, right? It's not like some books where the points of view shift. It's John's and Tyrion's and all the other characters.
And so on, yeah. But they're all pretty much the same level in each book.
Well, yeah, they all get a certain bit of say. Now, some characters get more chapters than others, but the chapters are the same length.
Right. Oh, I see what you're saying. You don't have like, that's interesting because I used to think that was the only way to do it because there's a lot of writers out there who'd say like this is really there's a lot of writing advice out there. You say they're like that suggests that the only way to do it like Orson Scott Card was like this. And honestly, the Writing Excuses crew they imply that if you don't have enough point of view in a story to show, I mean at times they imply this. I don't want to be too unfair to Writing Excuses. But like, I want to be unfair to them, but not that unfair to them. So but one of the key things one of the main things is that the point of view doesn't have to be big. There's room for minor points of view. Mm-hmm. But in fact, it's a lot easier if you allow yourself to do that. Because you can use all the tools in the toolbox.
Yeah, but not only that, it adds a dimension to the world too. For example, your main character might be the hero of the story. But then this little character on the side is that motherfucker. It just fucking did like these terrible things to me, right? And whether it's true or not, it's out there, right? It feels like a realer world, right? Like, I know, Tim, I know this is going to shock you. Some people think I'm an asshole. Some people think I'm a terrible human being.
That does shock me, actually.
Yes. Yeah. Some people do. And you know what? But that's it, because I'm not made for everybody, right? People just like you, they're not made for everybody. There's somebody, there's something dementedly wrong in the head. Don't get me wrong on this, right? That might think you're a terrible human being too. But the fact is that exists. Like, we are not, as people, we have people come into our lives. We have people that do what we're gonna do. And honestly, right? Some people just, no matter what we do, we're just not gonna get along. And that's okay. We don't need to always get along. We can just be like, there are some people you're just not gonna like. And that's okay.
True.
In of itself, that's okay. So when you see these little points of view in the world, it's like, that guy's an asshole. Doesn't matter if it's true or not. It's what people will believe, though. All right. Yeah. Or I'm gonna go like the Wheel of Time. Like, I'm sure somebody out there, like Pat and Fane, I'm not sure who, but I'm sure somebody out there thought that guy was awesome. Right? Until that boy was a very special little psychopath in the book, and he was like the Gollum of the Wheel of Time in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah. I was for a second I had trouble parsing what you were saying. I don't know. I like the words didn't. They were coming out of your mouth, and they were definitely the words you said, but I didn't decipher them.
No, it's okay.
There was wow. I just had an attack of, I don't know what you call that. Whereas like they're just sounds at this point. They don't sound like words anymore.
My brain just went down.
Yeah,
it's the part I said that people don't. Not everybody's gonna like you, Tim. That's the part that made you go, no.
No. I know not everyone likes me. Come on.
Yeah.
Literally at one point. Especially because literally at one point I was treated for. I'm still being treated for it. Honestly, let's be honest here, people. I have a psychotic. I psychosis. I suffer from psychosis. I'm medicated for it. I'm treated the treatment is very effective, right? And I've been taking it for a long time. But without that, I was paranoid about, like, this is back when I was in high school. I was so paranoid about, like, oh, everybody hates me. That's what I thought. And then for a long time I thought, well, now and then as I got used to the world being kind of more normal and having, like, oh, not everyone hates me. That's great. That's a really nice way to live. But I know what it's like to think people hate you, and I know, and now I think I have a fairly honest assessment of how many people don't like me.
That's fair. I've come to make peace with it. Like, I realize that when whatever you stand for, whatever you believe in, whatever you value, whatever that is, right? Mm-hmm. You're gonna have base points in your life where you're kind of at a crucible of, like, people aren't going to agree with you. People aren't going to stand with you. People are going to say you're crazy, or you're wrong, or this, or you're that. And I realize that sometimes to have your own character means that you're going to have to sometimes be in those stands where you're, okay, you know what? You might all think I'm nuts. I'm good with it. Right? And that's because that just says something about who you are. You have to be willing to take a stand, even if the rest of the world disagrees with you. And it's okay, right? You're not here. It's not about what the world thinks is right or wrong. That can change like that. It's about what you feel is right and wrong, and why you feel it's right and wrong. And right. And having that opinion, right? You can always change your point of view as time goes on, but having something you stand on is very important.
Yeah, even if you're standing on a moving object, you need that moving object. You need something to stand on. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you need something because
it's like, okay, I'm on a surfboard. If I'm not on a surfboard, I'm in the water. So what do we got?
Yeah, that's it.
Or maybe you're on a rock and then it's a little more stable.
You hope, unless the tide comes in, and then you're just going for a ride.
Now you're underwater. Too
it's
late.
Like, wee! Right, but no, it's just something I've realized in this time, in this place, is that we all live in a world where, like, again, we all have our different ideas of how the universe works. And I just came to this realization that we're all nuts. So instead of
I don't know. I'm a legume.
Okay. You can have
Just
that.
so you know, just so you know, I'm going to take a stand there. I'm a legume.
Okay. I'll be a blueberry then. Okay, I'll be a blueberry.
You're a blueberry. Okay. I'll be a legume, like a regular little peanut.
So have a regular handshake on that. We'll shake on that.
Good, yeah, there you go. Put it there, sir. Digital handshake.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Done. Right? It's like, okay, whatever kind of blueberry or lagoon or anything else you decide yourself to be, there's a whole world of them out there. And frankly, you got to accept the fact that you are crazy. And so, but with that, you can learn tolerance too. I can't see the world the way you see it, good sir. And so I can look at that one of two ways. I could be afraid of how you see the world, or I can embrace it, because by embracing it, I can see a bigger world. Opening up, listening, discovering things about people that way. Suddenly you see the world. Now, there are some points of view that are what they are, and you're going to be like, fuck no. But there are some people, but at the same time, right? Me and you, good sir, won't agree on everything. But that in itself's not a bad thing. You just see the world the way you see it, and I see it the way I see it. I can look at you and disagree with you and look at the difference and like say, sir, I respectfully disagree with you. And you'll be like, okay, can we get back to modeling? Can I get back to Can
I get back to nerding out about writing and shit?
Yeah, exactly.
Or whatever it is I'm doing right now.
But it's about being a bigger picture. Like, I know, like I said, this is something that was very hard for me to accept personally, was that the world is a bigger place than me. And I don't have all the answers. So instead, and even so, with people I disagree with people I absolutely disagree with, that doesn't mean we can't be friends. It doesn't mean we can't we can't respect each other's points of view, even if we ultimately differ, right? It just means, right? And that's, I think that's the best thing about being a human being. There's only one of you, good sir. There's only one Timothy Niederriter. And that
there was almost two, though.
Almost?
Well, two? I mean, I have a twin brother. I'm an identical twin, so.
But there's
close enough.
I think I like the fact that I still stand by what I say, good sir. You are one of a kind, and that's awesome. And I can learn from you, like I can learn from everyone. So, yeah.
No, hey, that's. Well, sorry, you go on.
No, keep going. No,
I was gonna say. I mean, it reminds me of the one. I never remember this story correctly, but the one about the two monks, right? The two like Buddhist monks. You familiar with this one? Did I tell you this before?
Just tell the story. Go ahead.
Okay, so these two Buddhist monks are walking through the field. They encounter this woman who's, and this story actually gets told a bunch of different ways. But anyway, this is the one I remember. So they encounter some woman who's really angry and nagging them, right? She's just really unpleasant, and they're traveling with her for a while, and they come to this river, and the one monk, the younger monk is like, okay, fine, let me just cross the river, I'm fine, you know. The woman's like, no, you got to carry me on your back. She tells the other monk who's still on the same side as her. So, and the monk who's on the other side says, you know, just leave her there, go. But the nice monk, he's like, okay, fine, carry you across the river. She carries the woman across the river. And they go their separate ways, and the two monks keep going, and the woman, I guess, is done she stays. But the monk who crossed the river is like complaining. He's all, he just whines about this, like, I can't believe that woman made you carry her on your back, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then and he's complaining about this, when they get to the next village, and eventually the older monk says to him, I left that woman behind by the river. Why are you still carrying her? It's that kind of thing. I just love that story. I don't know why I'm telling it now. All of a sudden I forget. Oh no, because it's about learning from people. He learned that this is an annoying person maybe, but he was still helpful. He didn't change how he interacted with that person. But you can learn from the older monk, or you can learn from the younger monk in this situation. You can learn what not to do from the younger monk. Or it's weird. It's a weird story, but it's a nice story.
No, I think it's a valuable story. It tells you it's actually something I remind myself of daily. I'm not on Facebook quite as much as I was at last year. I'm still there, but I'm not like, I'm not as prevalent. That's on purpose. That's on purpose. I've made the decision that, again, with all the COVID talk, I just don't want to, like, I'm done. Like, I'm just done with it.
Fair enough,
I'm done with it. I'm done with it.
What can any of us even really do about it, right? Like,
the thing is, I've seen in a lot of cases the worst aspects of what I feel human nature is, and and that's on both sides of the equation, not just on any one side. Both sides. I've seen a cruelty that was not there before 2020 has kind of reared its ugly head. Right, that fear of, again, we're talking about the invisible handshake here, right? The invisible handshake, like, right? I'd give the bit if it was a real one. Like, I look forward to the day I meet you in person. I look forward to the day maybe I give you a hug and say it's nice to meet you finally, face to face, and that's what I want. Like, that's kindness, compassion, connection. And for the last 2 years, this has been taken from us. And what you've seen this fracturing. Right, and what has happened is we have become crueler to each other, and I don't like it. Like, I don't like my show by its very nature. I'm generally, like, even people I disagree with, I am kind to. I'm kind. I'm open. I'm inviting. I try to be this, and I was seeing in the last 2 years is we have moved it too far, I think, in the other direction. So until that changes, I feel like I'm better served talking axe cop with you in my own little corner of the universe. And that's it. And so going back to your story, the whole idea of carrying things. I don't want to carry anger or hatred or segregation or any of those things in my heart, because they don't do a bit of good. I don't particularly care what people choose to do with their lives. It's entirely up to them, and whatever they choose to do, God bless them. I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to say you're doomed. I'm not here to say that you got to be responsible for everybody. It's not my place to say any of those things. My place is to basically live and let other people live. That's it. And as long as, and so I don't want to carry that energy with me anymore. And I feel like Facebook as it stands right now, that to me was like, that was a decision. It's like, it just really feels like a lot of people are caught in their own little worlds. And
that's partially, it's partially by design too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Facebook, like Facebook likes interaction, and that can be negative or positive interactions. It's not just, there's no favoritism toward the people who are all being positive on there, like seeing each other's stuff. No, they'll often show you people stuff that you're mad at. Like, that happens.
It's a lot.
Feeds work.
Yeah, no, it's a lot. So, and
I don't go on Facebook. I don't go on Facebook nearly as much as I used to. I don't post there hardly at all.
Yeah.
I feel like these days, but it is. I mean, if I didn't have people I wanted to keep in touch with, then some people I only know through Facebook, basically. And if I didn't have them, I don't know if I would still be on there.
Yeah.
But hey,
But
except that I do run ads now, so I have to be on there for that. So as long as there are people there, I guess I'm going to be there.
It's your business model, man. I get to film my first. I'm filming my first commercial this weekend.
Oh, nice.
For all my video services. Like, I can direct stuff. I can come up with show concepts. I do video editing. I do all kinds of shit, right? And so it's just like, I'm going to be like, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Joshua Pentolaresco. I'm a podcaster extraordinaire, and have I got a deal for you? It involves me being an axe cop. I am the axe cop of it. No, I won't.
The axe cop of the podcast sphere. Yes,
that's me.
Or you could be, we could do like the pro wrestling, like promo thing. I'm coming to break your.
Let me tell you something. No, let's do it. Let me tell you something, brother. I have the best video editing skills you ever need, brother. I'm here to serve you, brother, in a way to make your videos the absolute best. Just the power of these 24-inch pythons, brother. Ooh, yeah.
And what you gotta know?
What you gotta know?
Yes, you gotta know that the governor of Minnesota is coming for you.
That's right.
Yeah, Jesse Ventura is no longer governor of Minnesota, but he was when I was a kid.
No. Like most people don't realize this. He was also a mayor. He served in the military. Yeah. He was a pro wrestler, and he changed the game. Like he changed the whole game. He actually, believe it or not, was one of the early pioneers of intellectual property rights. A lot of people look at him that way. I didn't know
that one.
No, I'll tell you why. Because there was no agreement in WWF about using his voice for videos. So
he's got quite a voice.
He's got quite a voice. He was
very distinctive one. Yeah.
Jesse Ventura and Gorilla Monsoon were one of my favorite commentary teams of all time. Jesse had a certain legitimacy to him. But all that footage from like the the mid 80s to the early 90s, he wasn't under contract that the light belonged to WWE. It belonged to him. He won that court case, and WWE has paid him ever since for the likeness of. There was this period of DVDs where they tried to take his voice out of all these different things. That's why.
I'm sure that didn't work out so well for her.
No, it did, but that's what they did, right? He changed the name of it, Game of Intellectual Property too, because voice likeness, those kind of things. He got an agreement, and he won that case because there was a wrestler that got that deal. Hulk Hogan got that deal, right? Or initially, and when the courts found out, they had to give it to Jesse too. So Jesse never had to worry about his retirement funds because the WWE has paid him ever since.
That guy's good at winning court cases. He seems to know where his he's
smart.
A number of high profile ones now.
He's a smart. He's a smart guy. Like say what you will about.
Did I ever tell you about the portrait of him in the Capitol of Minnesota?
No.
In the Minnesota Capitol building. His portrait as the governor is. I think it was there when I went there as a college student. I went with a class, and it's this he's kind of got this. Most of them are they're kind of majestic, right? They're trying to portray a governor who's doing a good job. But because he was an independent, right? Nobody liked him in the government. Pretty much, he was the one guy against everybody, and so his is very brooding, and there's this kind of storm clouds on the horizon. It's really funny.
Well,
how well it characterizes how people saw him. I think.
Well, at least how the political system sounds like. What are you doing here? Get out! You don't belong here.
Yeah, exactly. You're not a Democrat or a Republican. What the hell? What even are you?
He's like, you're governor, bitch. That's what I am. I'm your governor. And you're like, shit. You're stuck.
Oh, shit. This is going to be a rough 2 years. I forget how long the term is.
I think it's 4 years. 4 years. I think you guys get a 4-year term there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I don't even know. Minnesota, it doesn't matter that much. Our governor, this is not important.
It's Minnesota. Fuck the governor. Who gives a rat's ass? Right? Fuck that guy.
Yeah, exactly. What the hell? Like most people in Minnesota live out in the country, and there's or not most people. Most people do live in the cities, but most of the state is the countryside.
So no one gives a
fuck. A lot of places. Yeah.
So no one gives a rat's ass.
Yeah, exactly. Like where I live, it's I mean I live far enough from the city that it's it's not that important. We don't really know what happens over there.
Yeah. No, it's all good, man. So, anywho. So, we're down 24 hours. The most terrible comic we can.
Oh, God. What have I done?
Oh, God.
I should not have brought that up, but hey.
You did. You
can't take it back now. The past.
We just let me know the day it is, and I can book around it, and then be like, okay, cool, we'll do it.
The challenge is on, yeah.
The challenge is on. So to reiterate, so we're going to do a comic, and it's going to be deliberately bad, deliberately. We're gonna
embarrassingly terrible. Be ready.
No. We're not going for embarrassing. There's no shame.
No, but not embarrassing.
No. There is no. We're good. No. We're being terrible on purpose, Tim. Yes, being terrible on purpose means we can't be embarrassed. anything goes, my friend.
I think I'll find a way to be embarrassed, but you do you. You know.
I can't believe I did that.
I can't believe what am I doing? Yeah.
That would be it would be a hilarious like autobiography page. Like you just go like this. Timothy Niederriter, don't ask him why he did this. Just don't.
I have to take my glasses off for that though. So it's just let's see what you got for this.
It's like it's like yeah, exactly.
Just
now
anguished.
And I'll be like this, and I'll have a picture of myself, possibly like with no pants on, and just like there'll be underwear, so just maybe no pants. Josh has no shame whatsoever.
Yeah,
this is totally his production.
There's no shame to cover here.
There's nothing to cover here, baby. We're just gonna have like that'd be it. Like I'd be like the guy who's like, I drew everything but the smiley faces, and Tim was like, I drew the smile. Actually, that's your bio. Tim has no idea why he agreed to this.
What am I doing here? What have I done?
That's what have I done? He does have a podcast. He does have books, serious books.
Yeah, and 10 serialized books going on right now. Now twice a week, 2 updates a week for each one.
Damn, dude, you're a machine. I gotta catch up with you. Well, I'm doing this, but this is me being a machine.
I understand. Yeah, these are short chapters, though. To be fair, but you probably can't even read the serials yet, though, because it's still. I don't think Canada is allowed to read Kindle Valley yet.
Damn. Oh. Really?
Sorry.
God damn
it's not worldwide, son.
No.
It will be though. I have a feeling it will be soon.
Yeah.
It just came out on Android, so who knows? Yeah.
Ooh, you got some the app. What the app is for it, at least.
Oh, it's just the Kindle app. It's the Kindle app. It just gets updated.
I might be able to do it. I might.
Give it a shot then.
I might be able to do it.
You'll find them. And for people who are looking, exactly. You just get the Oogie Boogie looking from Nightmare Before Christmas. Roll the dice.
That's right.
Yeah, but no, but I was gonna say, but yeah, you can find all my books and all my serialized stories at timniederriter.com/serialized-fiction. And that's really what you should check out these days, because that's most of what I'm doing, to be honest.
Nothing wrong with that.
It's a lot of work. So,
can you give me the backslash stuff again? Serial fiction stash?
Serialized-fiction. Serialized-fiction.com. That's after the Tim Niederriter.
So
there you go. You slipped it right in. No, but you spelled my name wrong though. Sorry.
Damn it!
Oh, there's only one T at the end there.
I always get that.
And there's only one D too. You double the D's in.
Hey, listen.
And there's another R. See, it's a hard word to spell, folks. But he'll figure it out.
Tim,
what?
I am a trained professional, right?
Yes, and I'm a stunning professional.
That's right.
But I've been serious. I don't blame you for not being able to spell the name. It was a rite of passage to learn to spell my last name. Even everybody in my family the same one. Almost there. No, you got it this time. Yes, actually.
Woo!
No, except it's not Timothy Niederriter. It's Tim Niederriter. Sorry.
Dang it! Oh, I
tricked you. Gotcha. Yeah, there's no TimothyNiederriter.com. That's not mine.
Okay, fine. We'll do this one more time.
It was long enough with just Niederriter in it. It should have just been Niederriter.com.
No, I listen. Well, see that should be your ghostwriting thing. Niederriter.com.
I have TimNiederriter.com, but it's not really pointing anywhere right now.
Okay, so
there we go. That's the one. That's
the one. I did it.
Yeah.
You're not tricking me this time, right? You're not trying to.
I'm not. See, right there. I can't put my hand under it. See, I'm so bad at this. There we go. Oh no, I can't because it's on your side.
Yeah,
over
right.
Here. Whatever. That's the one down there. I'm pointing with a thumbs down. That's no good.
Thumbs down.
Yeah, there you go. Going down.
Well, actually, let's do it right. Wait. You can give me a thumbs down for this one, Tim. Just might as well just do thumbs down with authority.
Thumbs down.
Okay. Now you gotta give me some kind of thumbs up. Can you do like a Mike Tyson voice, like thumbs up? Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. It's sweet, man.
Yeah.
So
That's right. Yeah. I actually before we wrap the show up, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to thank Tim for coming on short notice for a couple of reasons. I'm going to say something here just because I did find out last night. A friend of mine, her name is Meredith Logren. She passed on last night, so I've been feeling kind of down. This was a very fun way to spend a little over an hour with somebody. And the reason why we're cutting it short right now is because Tim is coming back in just 9 days. But we're coming back. We're doing a drink and draw once again. This time, Tim is bringing his models once again. Because I actually thought that was a really cool thing you did the last time you did it. So I'm happy.
I'm happy it worked out because
yeah.
It's tough.
So in 9 days, on the 10th of February, Tim is back. But this time, we're probably going to talk a little more seriously than we did tonight. But we're also going to just be dueling. Like I'll be dueling with my book. Tim will be playing with models, building something. Maybe we build something on for the whole show. Maybe we only get part of the way there. But either way, it doesn't matter. We're just going to have fun. Ready?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes. It's like, fuck yeah. And that's the other reason. That's the other reason you like coming back on my show is simply because, frankly, I let you basically. Hey, you want to build models on my show? You're like, I haven't done this on any other interview show. I'm in.
It's a good ass time. Come on.
Yes.
What else is there to say about it?
Exactly. So,
yeah.
For anybody watching and listening, this is my latest release, Alice 1. Alice 1 is Alice in Alice in Wonderland Greek mythology merged together. Alice is Pandora. Alice chases the Queen of Hearts over the edge of the world and ends up in the Greek underworld where, to escape, she must beat Jason of the Argonauts in a game of croquet. There, Alice and company face gods, monsters, and perhaps the most terrifying thing of all, themselves. Definitely take a listen and read. Right? Did you actually read this one yet, Mr. Tim?
No, I read Alice 0. I'm saving this one like a silver bullet.
Yes.
When I need it.
Yeah.
I'm much more a rereader, so I figured I'd just
No. It's all.
Save them up.
No, it's all good. I hope you enjoy it if and when you do check it out.
Maybe I did start it because I do remember the over the side of the world part, but I just got distracted.
Oh well, it's all good. It's all good.
No, and I love Alice 0. That was really good.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. And on Crustal currently this month, this is the last week of this. I'm being sponsored by MiravelPublishing.com. They have an anthology on their website called Far, Far Away. The code is Joshing. Go check that out. Put in the code Joshing, and you can get their book Far, Far Away. Go to MiravelPublishing.com and find out. And for now, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for this episode. Tomorrow, Kara and Nicole will come join the show. And then Thursday is my first of 2 metal bands next month. A month is coming onto the show on Thursday. And then, yeah, I know. You're like, kudos, buddy.
I love myself some metal. Come on.
Yeah. No, it's a metal show. It's gonna be an afternoon show because they live in Finland. So we're gonna be filming them literally from Finland. So it's gonna be fun. I set all that. Do the final little setups for that tomorrow. And yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for listening. This was a fun show. There was a lot of blueberry love in here, and it's Smiley faces and terrible comic stuff. I appreciate it. Thanks, Tim, for coming on my show.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah.
I can't get my phone in the bright place.
Take care. Take care of yourself, everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow.